What's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the WichitaPromo podcast with your host, EKM. We back at NIKA Kansas anymore studios. I got my guy, Wzrd Mac, behind the camera and the levels. We got a special guest in the building. I'll let you introduce yourself.
What's going on, everybody? I'm just Troy,
Yeah.
Troyandrews.
Man, I've been wanting to get you on the podcast since the very beginning, for real.
Man. Come on, man. I love this. You don't understand. Like, I am like super excited just seeing other people like just get their stuff set up and interviewing and just having conversations with people, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Fire.
You one of them guys in the city that your name got like a ring to it where like I've wanted to work with you for a long time.
Yeah.
We've been I've popped up in as like an extra in your stuff.
Congratulations.
I appreciate it.
On your success on the movie, bro.
We've been I've worked with you on some of your stuff a few times, and still like it's the type of thing when I say your name, when I'm like, oh, I want to get Troy on the podcast, people are like, oh, good luck, man. That's not gonna happen. So it was like this was a move I've been trying to make for a long time, for real.
Smooth, bro. You look, I absolutely would come anytime, man.
I appreciate it.
This was beautiful.
I appreciate it for sure.
Yeah,
man. So I just want to know how off tops, how did all of this start? How did you? Anybody who doesn't know, you a filmmaker. You got movie The Seeds out now on Tubi and YouTube. It's going crazy right now.
Going crazy.
You got a lot more you working on. I don't even want to name it because you got too much. I don't even really know. But
it's wild, bro.
How did all this start? How did you even get into like filmmaking and videography and all that?
So as a kid, I'm an actor first. As a kid, at 5-6 years old, I always said that I wanted to star in my own movie and I wanted to direct it.
Yeah.
Right. So as a kid, that's just how it was. And I grew up in California, Southern California, and moved out here when I was in high school, 8th, 9th grade.
Yeah.
And was in theater and got to college. I was pre-law and theater. But one thing that remained the same was I always had a camera. Like I was always next to a camera or using a camera. Right. So about 26, 27 years old, I got into I purchased my first camera and got into doing short films.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh man, okay, this is cool. Someone actually told me about my audio, how it was terrible. And I was like, man, I need to learn audio. And in my mind, I was like, well, this is right before podcasts started really, really taking off. I was like, let me get into podcasting.
Yeah.
Got in there, learned a little bit of audio. It's the same, but it's not. But I learned a lot about it. And after that, I just started putting together films. Like, anytime I would come to an event, I would do a film. I would make it a film instead of like, highlights or whatever. Go interview people, talk to people, make it a story. Then music videos, and those became like short films. And now we're here. I finally got to make my first film, The Seeds, and like you said, it's going crazy right now, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
It's going wild.
So with how you got into it and everything, was that all of it? It was all self-taught, or did you go to school for any of it?
Yeah, it was mostly self-taught.
Okay.
A lot of it, I started when I was 15. I learned at church how to use the camera, how to, set it up, get focus and stuff like that. And then from there, I never forgot how to edit, anything like that.
Yeah.
Took that to college. I got one of these little handy cams, dad cams or whatever. Used that everywhere. Just I filmed everything. And as I kept growing, I started drawing inspiration. Shout out to Drake Kmart. He showed me a lot too once I started really taking it serious. And from then on, I started learning from people in the industry, like deep in the industry. So it's been a journey, to say the least, bro.
Yeah. Do you remember the first equipment you started out with? Like the first camera you got?
Oh my gosh. A Panasonic Lumix GH2.
Okay. I know nothing about that.
Yeah. No, that was... so when that camera came out, it was during it was around the vlog era and the talking head on YouTube.
Yeah.
Kind of era, I'm telling 2012. It was back then. And that camera was crispy. It was ooh, this looked like a movie.
Yeah.
I got that camera in 2015 when that camera was super old. It wasn't crispy anymore.
Yeah. See, I got I think the first camera I got was the Canon T6i, but it was because I I had a close friend growing up that has now passed away, but he was big into like, photography and videography and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
And he always talked about that camera when we were kids.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that came out like 2016.
Yeah.
I got it like 2020. Like,
Look.
oh, this is the one.
Absolutely.
Pulled up to all the shoots with everybody else, and I'm looking at Sony's, and I'm like, man, mine looks horrible now. That camera did not do anything, bro.
Right.
You got to like take it into Photoshop and denoise it like 20
Yes.
times. Oh,
Yeah,
man, it was
bro.
horrible.
You know what? Like we grow up on certain equipment and things and ways, and then we
Yeah.
try to like keep that 4 or 5 years down the road, thinking
Yeah.
like, oh no, I've been wanting to get this and I got it. But it's like, yeah, they done made like 4 different versions since
Yeah,
then,
for sure.
you know?
And it moves so fast. Like,
Yeah.
there's a new set of technology every single year. There's a new
Yeah.
model of this camera every year, I feel like.
Absolutely.
It's crazy.
Absolutely. But they got to stay competitive because these phones are getting too good, man.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
for sure.
that's how it goes, man. That's the nature of the beast.
Yeah. You ever shoot
Yeah.
much content on your phone?
You know, I do every now and again. I will shoot like. Here's the thing, because I'm tough on myself about social media. I'm not on it that
Yeah.
much, but when I get on it, I'm like, let me put something nice on there. Let me put something dope.
Yeah.
But like, if I'm doing content, it's gonna be my stories, and yeah, I'm so picky about the way it looks, bro. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I need my cinema camera to start making my stories now.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I first started rapping, I was told Angelo, shout out Humble Greatness. I always
Yes.
told him I want to get a music video in with you someday. 'Cause
Mhm.
I always like that. I told Drake Kmeyer the same thing, so
Yeah.
it's crazy you mentioned him on that.
Yeah.
Both of
yeah.
you guys have such like cinematic music video styles. It
Yeah.
really like stands out.
Yeah.
I could
Yeah.
tell like the like movie world was always the inspiration with it for sure.
For sure. Yeah. He had the look first.
Yeah.
He actually started out with a Canon T2i.
Oh,
And that
okay,
was
yeah.
like, so Jacob Owens, Buff Nerds, he was like the guy that was doing music videos. That was the one he started with. So every videographer doing music videos had that one. But Dre eventually moved to the A7S2 and then the Sony FS7. And then he got the red,
Yeah.
the red Scarlet W. And when I tell you, he's had the cinema look even before he got the red. It's been,
Yeah.
so that's why, I learned a lot of what I do as far as making it look that way from Dre.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
What was the like equipment used to shoot the seeds?
Oh gosh.
I don't know anything about any of that stuff. I know the
Well,
red is like a dream camera for a lot of people.
It is. It
Yeah.
is. The red, I contemplated literally like 2 weeks ago. I'm like, because we shot Big Dog, that trailer,
Yeah.
and we shot that with Dre's red. And I'm like, man, I'm not even gonna lie, I want a red now. But we shot the seeds on 5 different cameras.
Okay.
We used so it's an Arri Alexa SXT. That is a retail, it's like a $70,000 camera.
I was gonna say I've never even
Yeah.
heard of it, so I already know it's out of my price range for sure.
That is Hollywood.
Yeah.
If you can yeah, that's crazy. And then we use the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K, the Pocket 4K, the A7S III. Or I'm sorry, yeah, the A7S III. And then if you count a drone, we used a DJI what is it? A DJI Mavic 3 Pro, and that was to get all the city shots and whatnot. So
Okay.
but the bulk of the movie was shot on the Pocket 6K.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I never even I've never thought about anything in a movie. I never, I'm a rapper. It's not my
Yeah.
world. I never thought about any of that stuff until I popped up to the seeds the first time,
Yeah.
and that taught me a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
The amount of work that goes in behind the scenes to like
Man.
every single piece, the audio.
Man.
I didn't even think about none of that. The dude
No.
with the boom mic.
Yeah,
Y'all
yeah.
editing in the background.
Absolutely.
You had
Lighting.
even on like the short,
Yeah.
you had like a Pairs of Jane in the background, Angelo
Yes.
working on stuff the entire time.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of motion during
Yeah,
those
and then
shoots.
there's choreography with the extras. Like
Yeah.
they have to be moving and doing stuff,
Yeah, yeah.
Like that all no people don't think about that when they're making or when they're watching a movie. It's
Yeah.
like, yo, there's business going. Like people are really like she went over there and brought them a drink and they're playing pool back there.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. It always has me every time I watch something now, I think about how long it must have took to shoot every scene. It's crazy.
It's a lot of work though. If I'm
Yeah.
being honest, like shooting the seeds, Like, that was like a 9-month okay, in
Yeah.
total. Yeah, it was a 9-month shooting process. So, I was editing in the midst of all that, but, like, 9 months because we had so much going on, like, we had, like some of this affected it, but we had, like, 4 pregnancies in the
Yeah.
midst of the seeds, right? And then, we had locations fall through. We just had just stuff going on all over the place, but,
Yeah.
it was a learning experience because now it's only gonna take me, like, a month or a month and a half to film a movie now.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
that
How you
was
go again?
crazy.
How did you like lock in locations and stuff for the seeds? Because there's a
So
lot of local spots in there.
oh, yeah. So, a lot of those people, um like, are connected through someone I know, like, so, like,
Yeah.
Angelo's connected to a lot of people,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "Dude, how like, you've been sitting on this location? Like, give me that info." So, just connections through people. The Douglas Social was a place that I had actually been to, and I was like, "Yo, I need a bar. I need a place that's, like, loungy, something that's loungy and real chill and
Yeah.
something that's a little bit younger, nothing too old." And, you know, my my business partner, my friend, LT, he actually knows the owner, went to school with him. So we got connected and he was like, "Psh, I got you, man. Let me know." So we got in there on a Monday when they were closed.
Yeah.
We filmed those couple of scenes in there, and that worked out well. But it really has just been, if I'm being honest, just like going and asking the people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most of the, like, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna say yeah.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
yes, yes, you guys are shooting a movie? Yes. For
Yeah.
sure. So I mean, it's really easy.
Yeah. I like Douglas Social. Shout out to them. I appreciate them
They
because
sure
they'll
do.
even allow us. I've shot a music video in there. And
Really?
yeah,
Stop
feel
playing.
like that's a rare thing. I shot a music
Man.
video for the homie Keontre in there, and a
Mm.
lot of businesses turn down rappers.
Yes.
When two rappers approach with a camera, that's not always the best
Oh
look.
my gosh.
They say
Yeah.
yes. I appreciate them. We
Yeah.
shot a dope video in there. They show
Yeah.
love.
That is no, they legitimately did. We had our after party there after
Yeah.
the premiere, and when I tell you, like, they were busy that
Yeah.
night. It was
Yeah,
nuts.
it gets packed in there for
Yeah,
sure.
it gets packed, and I'm glad they can open up that little garage door on the patio or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out to them, man, because
Yeah.
the
Dope
place
spot.
the place we had first, they fell out the night before we were supposed to come film.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was not happy.
What was the process in writing the seeds? Was it all written by you?
Gosh.
You got like a team with it?
So I got a team.
Yeah.
I wrote the outline. Let's say
Okay.
that. Like, I started out, I wrote the outline. I gave it to one of my partners who's a writer, and they just went through it. Life hit them. Life
Yeah.
started lifing, and they had to give it back. So that was like, it was like June, July, August. Yeah, it was like 3 months. I had been
Yeah.
trying to get it written, and so then I got a couple people on my squad, Mercedes, Hayden, and Paris
Yeah.
Jane, and they came in and helped me, and we got it written. That took like another 4 months because we just could not get
Yeah.
it down packed. But for me, I was just determined. So we got that we got that done for the most part. I'm gonna give you a little tea with this. We had auditions and the movie wasn't finished being written,
Okay.
and that was kind of scary for me. I'm like, yo, okay, we know how the movie ends. It just needs to it needs to be finished being written. So we had the auditions. I finished writing the movie in like March, but we had the auditions in January.
Okay. Yeah.
It was rough, man.
Yeah.
Writing is rough,
Yeah.
but yeah,
I
no,
don't even I don't understand, like, there's like little details to writing a movie that would stump me. Like timing. Like how to make
yeah,
sure like a scene isn't too long and dragged out. Like
yeah,
timing a scene just looking at a script on paper. Like I
yeah.
can't do that. That's
So
insane.
rule of thumb is one full page of a script is
Yeah.
roughly 1 minute.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the best way to gauge how long a scene is. And most scenes in a movie are about 2 minutes. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? On
Yeah.
average, they're about 2 minutes. So pacing is it can be difficult if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
Like the timing, the pacing of a scene, it's rough. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That kind of killed me with the seeds at first before I actually put it out there, and
Yeah.
I still think I could have did something better with the pacing, but I think overall the story really resonated with people.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, man,
Man, how did you so you say you did hold auditions for the seeds as well?
I did. Yeah.
How does that go? How does like a typical audition play out?
For me, for Drew Vision, how we
Yeah.
do auditions is I will make an announcement. I'll make a video and put a little bit of information in there and let them know, hey, we're holding auditions. So for the seeds in particular, I had them send me an email. I made a list of all the characters and I said, send me an email so that we can get you a time slot for you to come and audition.
Yeah.
And we had about 35 people sign up for auditions. I was so excited about that. And the day comes, I'm not in the room. And at first it was because I felt like people were expecting me to be in there.
Yeah.
And I've shared this before. I feel like me personally, I'm a lot of people's comfort. So if I'm in there, they're comfortable. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
cool, cool. So I can just kind of, it doesn't matter if I do it well enough, Troy, like that's my guy. So I chose not to be in the room when it happened and they had to audition in front of other people.
Yeah.
Man, so many people were shaking
Yeah.
and nervous and, you know,
Yeah.
but it's okay. Like it worked out really well because people felt like it was very professional and they got in, they got out, and we just, we had a good cast.
Yeah,
We had
yeah,
a
for
really
sure.
good cast.
What are some of the things that like you and your team look for in auditions, good or bad? What are things that like
Oh,
stand out?
good question. That is such a good question. Okay. So we look at, if I'm being honest, if you're coming to audition, you're being watched the moment you walk in the door,
Yeah.
and you haven't been in my studio yet, have you?
I think I pulled up one time for like
Oh
when
yeah,
we did
the
that like trailer.
Blair.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Blair. So there's two parts to my studio. I have like when you walk in the front door, the glass door, there, there's um, it's just the front room with the stage.
Yeah.
And then my room over here that's locked up is my back room, right? So I have double doors to come into there. Um, you can I had everyone go through the double doors and they would wait inside of in there. I had couches and everything, and there's an assistant in there waiting, helping them.
Yeah.
From there, the assistant will call a person in. Is that you asked me how does that go, right? That's what you
Yeah,
asked
yeah,
me.
yeah.
Okay, I was just making sure. I'm like, whoa, did I get off topic? So yeah, they come in and they walk through the door, they audition, and they leave out the front door. Is how I have it.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like it's about like just I don't want people lingering or having to, talk and say, yeah, man, so they was doing this and you gotta make sure
Yeah.
you try. No, I don't want to do all that. I just want to get you in, get you out, man. Let's make a movie.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like that you say you kind of have them do it in front of strangers. That really
Yes.
brings out like the best or the worst in them for sure.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Nerves go crazy when that happens, man.
Yeah,
And
100%. Yeah.
you gotta hunker down.
The nerves are already crazy just in the shoot. They be kind of
Yeah.
crazy because it's such a different thing too, I
Yeah.
guess, you know?
Yeah, right now, well, I didn't know if you were gonna ask anything about the current film, but
Yeah.
okay, I'll wait.
I want to for sure. I just don't know how
Okay.
much you want to say about it.
It's all good. Yeah, whatever you wanna ask, man.
For sure.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so when the seeds was done and
Mhm.
everything, how do you go about like the distribution of it? How do you get it on the Tubi and
Mhm.
like these platforms?
Oh, yeah, well, what you do is you go and find an indie, film distribution, and what they'll do is they will get you set up. If you they'll say, "Hey, we'll screen your film, check it out, make sure it's good,
Yeah.
and then we'll get it to these platforms, which will be Amazon Prime, Tubi, YouTube Movies, and
Yeah.
then they'll do like Google Play or whatever. And then from there, oh, now they do actual YouTube instead, YouTube Movies and YouTube. But now, once you get from that point, it's whatever deal you got in place with them, most of them will do like 20%, like, yo, let's set up a 20% deal where, whatever revenue you generate, we'll just take 20% for having a relationship, putting them on these platforms.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's cool. But that's how it works. You just got to get accepted. I don't think it's difficult, but there is a quality of movie now that
Yeah.
these film distributors are just like, yo, this, but it's literally an email and saying, hey, I want to distribute my movie to
Okay.
your through your business.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So I don't know if anybody, I don't know if you can like see the numbers on Tubi. I know we can't.
Hmm.
I know it went #1 on Tubi for like quite a long time.
Yeah. It
It
was.
still be popping up on the trending on there
Yeah.
like pretty often. The
Most popular
YouTube,
and
as we speaking, is at least at like what 2 million
to
plus,
2 million, 2.1.
going crazy.
That's nuts in a month, man.
Yeah. How does
And
that feel? How does that success feel seeing those?
at first, like when it hit 1 million,
Yeah.
I was like celebrating. I'm like, yeah, y'all, like our movie hit 1 million, man.
Yeah.
Like that's so dope. Congratulations to all of us, like the team, and we did it, y'all. Like thank you, Wichita, everything.
Yeah.
But then when it hit 2 million, it was different because I'm like, who is sitting on YouTube watching movies?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, 2 million people sat on YouTube and watched our movie.
Yeah. It's crazy.
That is crazy to me.
Oh,
I
there's like
love
an
that.
insane amount of comments and stuff too. It's like people are really
Yes.
showing love. It's
Yes. And it's like overwhelmingly good comments, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, it is.
like there was one woman on there that is she's in like a treatment facility and said that this movie is like a movie that helps her like escape that space
Yeah,
that she's in right now currently, you know, and like that's love, bro. That's
yeah, that's so
crazy that
fire.
it's really like it's helping people. It's bro, that I'm just so happy.
Yeah, that's beautiful
I'm
for
so
real.
happy. Two
Yeah.
million is crazy, bro. You in the
2
movie.
million is
That's why I
wild.
congratulated you. Like you're in the movie too, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah.
I just Angelo had I think Angelo had shared you saying that you needed extras one day, and I was like, that sounds cool. Like that just
Yeah.
sounds fun.
And you showed up, bro.
Yeah, I pulled up. It was a
Yeah.
good time.
You showed up. And ever since then, I use you for everything.
Yeah, it's a good time. I
I'm
like it.
bro,
It's
I
a
need
cool
you, bro.
experience.
Yeah. It's dope, man. But you know, like I like sharing this experience with
Yeah,
people who aren't normally in this space, you know?
yeah,
And then they get to see themselves on something that is just that's phenomenal, bro. Like
yeah,
you're in a movie. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Nah, and
And
it's
not only that, like you're in a movie that is a most popular movie, recommended movie on Tubi,
yeah,
and a heavy hitter on YouTube now.
yeah. And it's like it's a good movie. Like no
Yeah.
disrespect to Tubi or anything, but
Yeah.
every time somebody like talks to me about it, first thing they say is it doesn't look like a Tubi movie. I'm like, that's
Yes.
good. That's fire. It
Yeah.
just looks like a movie.
Yes.
Like it doesn't have that like label on it. That's good.
I love that. I actually do. One of my aims was for it not to look or feel like a Tubi movie.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
for sure.
So I'm glad that we accomplished that.
Yeah, yeah, man. It's the success of it is wild. You got me when we did the Rogue shoot.
Yeah.
Got me like I never had a dream of acting in my life, but I went home
Yeah.
after that, watched the Rogue shoot, and sat there and like
Yes.
judged myself. Like, okay, I'm gonna kill this next time. Next time I'm gonna go crazy on my roles.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you did, and you did great, man. You did exactly what I wanted you to do because you were just
Appreciate it.
like, you were chill. You were just kind of in the back. It's just like, yo, this is like, yeah, you said your lines and you just, bro, but like, it was perfect. Agent Collins, CIA. Like, that was funny, but yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you got it, bro. It's something natural with you, man. You
I
got it.
appreciate it. Yeah,
sure.
Learning the lines, I felt like was the hardest part for me. I'm used to everything rhyming. Everything if I memorize it, it's supposed to rhyme. That's throwing me off.
He said, I'm used to my lines rhyming. That is crazy.
It's different.
I love that, man.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
cool. That's cool.
Where do you get like the inspiration for movies? Like we talked about, you have a team of writing, but you say you write like the skeleton of it, basically.
Yes.
Where does that idea even spawn from?
Oh man. Life experiences. Like so just so I get to sit and listen to a lot of people. A lot of people will
Yeah,
sit down and talk to me and just like kind of unpack whatever's going on. And I don't like when that happens, I don't do a lot of talking. I sit there and I'll just listen. And it's just been like this whole deal where hearing this story and hearing this story and this one's good and this one's great and this one's traumatic and this one's triumphant. And I'm like taking pieces from each of these and trying to give a message in a story. So I get inspired by actually talking to people.
Yeah.
You know, The Seeds is a film about like it's about men, about black men in general, specifically, I should say, um, like rushing into relationships and not taking the time to get to know these women. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? The truth is, I know it happens in every culture. I know in this one, I was speaking to specifically to black men, and you know, they get into it without knowing everything about. And you know, you're not going to know everything about every person, even your lady. I wish you that, like, you know, I wish you could, but
Yeah.
you rush into something without like listening to reason, listening to your friends, like taking their thoughts in consideration, and you know, you become smitten, and before you know it, those skeletons then came out
Yeah.
like crazy. What can you do? You can't even you can't stop it now. It's
Yeah.
too late. You know, now this is your life.
Yeah, for
You know,
sure.
so but yeah, no, I draw inspiration from simply just having conversations with people, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that. You don't still currently do the podcast right now? I know you
I
got a lot
don't,
of things going on.
man. You know what's crazy? I still record. I ain't put out none of them episodes. They're
Yeah.
just chilling.
Yeah.
They're like on my YouTube. I just got episodes on there that I just have not released. And I'm just like, I don't know if I'll just put those out. They'll just be hanging in limbo.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah. I'm just not full tilt with it anymore. My goal is to get it back rolling. And, you know, I'll do one, but I really need like a team. I need engineers.
Yeah.
I need people to, you know, be behind the camera or be behind the switcher board, because I use video switcher. We'll have like multiple cameras up, and I use a video switcher.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't have to edit the video. It's literally, you know, sync the audio or make sure the audio sync, and then put you know, I make it easy for myself, but it's just making movies is consuming right now. So
Nah, yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
You know, I don't make movies, and the podcast takes a little bit too much of my time sometimes, so I feel that for sure.
No, yeah, you're sold out. That's the one thing I know about you, Eric, is that watching you from the outside in, you are a person who's sold out on whatever your craft is in that moment. I know
Yeah.
in this music and in hip hop and with the people in the city trying to get to where they want to go, like you are sold out on helping them get there. If
Yeah.
there's anything that I post and I know who's gonna like it and share it and comment, it's you.
Yeah, for
You know what
sure.
I'm saying? Like it's you that's gonna do it. So, you know, I'm not surprised that this is taking up a lot of your time.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. I try to, you know, I get asked for a lot of podcasts, and this is like the first time that
Yes.
I'm starting to like turn them down a lot.
Yeah, man.
Because then I'll be feeling bad turning them down too. But
Yeah, like they want you
Yeah.
to sit down. They want to sit down with you.
nah,
Or-
they just want to do this, but it's just like it'll just be like a rapper that, like, no offense, but it'll just
Yeah.
be like a dude here that, like, I've never heard of him. I don't know
Mhm.
you. Like, there's no
Yeah.
reason. Like, I have a million people. How many people are on the cast of The Seeds?
Oh,
None of
gosh.
them have been
Yeah.
on here yet.
Yeah,
So it's like, bro, there's
Mhm.
so many people that I want on the podcast.
Yeah.
I don't care if I've never heard of you. No
Yeah,
offense, but
yeah.
it's like, bro, there's so much. I got so much going on.
yeah,
And these podcasts be anywhere from, like, you know, 30 minutes to an hour. Then Wzrd got to edit because, you know,
Yeah.
he'd be producing all of this for me.
right.
Like, it takes up
It's-
time.
Yeah, it
Like-
does. And see, you got, and the cool thing is you got at least one more person,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
part
for
of the
sure.
team that can actually, you know, you can kind of split that work,
Yeah.
you know, and that's so dope, man. But you know, the people aren't going to understand or respect yet
Yeah.
what it is that you're doing right now, even in the early stages of podcasting, man, because
Yeah.
this is work right now. Like you have connections and access to like people that are actually moving and shaking
Yeah.
here in
for
Wichita,
sure.
you know,
For
or
sure.
just anywhere. So like, bro, work that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Work that.
I try to tell people, I feel like more people should be, like, more, at least artists in town should be doing this kind of thing.
Mhm.
Because not even, I mean, you know how this city is. Everybody knows how this city is. It's very, there's a lot of gatekeepers,
Yeah,
very like crabs in a bucket mentality.
Absolutely.
And I feel like if I didn't have this Wichita promo page and this podcast and everything, I would never be in 90% of the rooms I'm in. Like, it would have taken me 5-10 years of rapping here. Like, just rapping here in town gets you almost no motion. You got to be like doing other things. And this got me into rooms, got me with connections that they'd have rolled their eyes if I approached them before. Yeah. You know what I mean? So,
man. Yeah, no,
it helps the city. And it also, like, I feel like if any artists do this, like, it'll help your career too. You build connections through this thing.
That's it. Like, you get to meet people, you get to like pick their brains, but most importantly, you made a connection with them, right? So, you know, anytime there's something that's going on, like, you're a person that'll get the invite. When I started Vibe Wichita, when I started that podcast, like, we got invited everywhere. Every time there was an event, I do video, so it's like, can you guys come and do a recap? Well, I'm like, I'll do. I didn't tell them. I'm like, yeah, we'll come and do a recap. But I ended up doing more than just recaps. Yeah, I'll go there and like, my partner or myself will do interviews. Yeah, you know, we'll start. We got a mic that we can hook right into the camera, and we'll just sit there and we'll just do interviews with, you know, some people that are there, and you know, that really got our foot in the door with so many organizations, so many people. Yeah. And, you know, whenever I need something, all I got to do is say something, you know? So I encourage you, man, to keep doing it the way that you're doing it, bro.
For sure. Like, we're trying to expand. I need more equipment. You know how this is.
Bro, I do.
There's always, I'm sure it's the exact same way with the movie, man. I come up with ideas. I'm like, oh man, this content would be crazy. This could be huge for the city. Yeah. But I got to buy this lens and this mic and this. And it's a lot.
And I do that. I'm one of those guys that, like, I'll sit on an idea for a long time. Yeah. Because I'm like, I have to get this light. I got to get this lens. I got to get this, you know, this couch or this furniture or whatever. And then before I know it, I see somebody doing my idea.
Man, why did nobody tell me how expensive this was to get into? Bro, the camera stuff is insane.
You're in the most expensive industry right now. The entertainment industry is the most expensive industry right now.
I'll say the number because everybody knows what I shoot on. You can Google it. Why? When I spent like $3,000 on a camera and it came with no lens, no battery, no nothing, I was mind blown. I was like, what?
That's light work, bro.
You're telling me I spent like 3 bands and I'm like, I can't even turn it on.
I'm saying in this industry, that's light work. Yeah. Like,
that's crazy.
That, like, just to get started, and it's like, I just want my stuff to look good and I want it to go. Yeah. But
it hurt my feelings when I spent that and it came in the mail and I opened it up and there wasn't even a battery.
It wasn't.
It's like, I can't even turn it on. That's crazy.
I bought my first camera, cut it on, and couldn't figure out why the screen was like blurry white. Yeah. Come to find out I didn't have a lens. Yeah. Like, that was my first DSLR camera because I'm so used to camcorders having a lens attached. Yeah. And I'm like, I can't see anything. Didn't come with a lens. And I'm like, so I have to pay another $250 for a lens? Yeah. And that was back then. Yeah. So,
I bought that camera for like $3,000 and started hitting up people like Angelo, like, hey man, what lens should I buy? And he's sending me links for like $3,000 lenses too. I'm like,
nah. I just
could have bought a car with this. That's crazy.
It's expensive. Get ready, because you're gonna want to, like you said, you're gonna want to expand. You're gonna want to just make it better. And bro, it's not cheap, but it's possible, bro. Yeah. I did it on a shoestring budget. Just podcasting. I did that on a shoestring budget for years and made it look like we just were cashing out. Yeah. Nah.
Yeah.
I had no money.
Man. So you already know, everybody already know, I got to ask, as a musician, how do you put together like the soundtracks for your for your films?
So I'm always the executive producer for all my music. Yeah. There's a lot that goes into this question, but I'm going to do my best to like sum it up and make it simple, like short. Yeah. So when I hear, everything actually starts with music. When it comes to writing my films, everything is a sound. I have chromesthesia, which means I hear colors. Okay. So colors help me decide what type of song I'm going to make and how that scene or that story or conversation is going to go. Yeah. So when I decide whatever song is going to be in that scene or the score, what it's going to sound like, it's the color that's like overwhelmingly like in my brain when I hear it. So it's like, okay, all right, yo, okay, I hear silver in this, so this is going to be kind of creepy. This is going to be whatever it is, like.
What did you say
So
that word was? That you have?
creepy.
No,
Silver,
the
chromesthesia.
chromesthesia.
Yeah,
I'm noticing a trend in that. I feel like everybody who's weirdly good at stuff that
yeah,
I'm around says that. Not
yeah,
that word, but
yeah.
I remember I was sitting with Wzrd one time and he was like mixing something and he said something about like, oh, this video's green or something like that. And I was like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about?
Yeah, bro. That's
Everybody I
crazy.
know that's like weirdly good at music.
Yeah, I
says
found this
that.
out like 3 years ago. I thought everybody could hear colors. I
Yeah.
thought that was a normal thing, but it was something that like
Nah, but I
nobody
need
ever
to know
talked
how I
about.
get that. That's hard. I need that.
Yeah, my oldest brother produced music for years. He
Okay.
produced, and I called him first, and I was like, "Man, you ever heard of this?" He was like, "Yeah, I got it." And I didn't realize he used to name his tracks like colors
Yeah.
back then, like back in the day in the early 90s, or I'm sorry, late 90s, early 2000s. He would name his tracks colors. So that's how I kind of just find the vibe for whatever scene that is. And so what I'll do is I'll go to Epidemic Sound, because when I'm editing, I don't have time to make a track real quick. I'm like, yo, I can go to Epidemic Sound, or man, I'm giving them free plugs right now, but I pay for their subscription. So anyway, there, or Music Bed or Artlist or something like that, and then I'll pull out I'll find a track that matches what it is I'm looking for. And I'm just listening, and boom, find it. I put it in there, and it's going perfect with the scene.
Yeah.
And I'll do that all the way through the movie. And then I'll go get with a producer or a couple producers and be like, hey, so I need to replace all these tracks so I don't get sued. You know what I'm saying? I'll use regular songs too, or songs that are just out there. So yeah, that's how I go about it. And then once they produce the music, I'll get all the artists to that I hear on the track. I'll get them all in the studio, and then we just start recording. We write, we record. We'll get 2 songs done in a night, 3 songs done, and now we got a project.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah,
Man, I would love to tap you in with the studio, man. We got some cool stuff in here for sure.
dude, that would be fire.
Yeah, we got some cool stuff. I feel like Wzrd Mac just kind of changed the way I recorded off that. Just kind of what you were just saying.
Yeah,
I was, for the longest time, I was going just YouTube beats, like a lot of rappers here. Tapped in with local producers a little bit.
yeah.
And I'm still working with some local producers, but I've been at the crib. Wzrd don't even know it yet. I've been at the crib. I'll cook up a little trash beat like by myself. That's not good. I'm like, I'll go record on this and then tell Wzrd, like, now you make the real beat around it. Like, he gonna kill it every time.
That's how it works. Yeah. And I mean, I'll do that with my executive producer. I'm like, this is what the sound that I want right here.
Yeah.
You hear this? And then they will remake the beat.
Yeah.
And it's like in the same vein. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
That's fire.
Yeah, for sure.
So, just trying to execute with the artists.
What was that theme song for The Seeds? There was like a
Way Too Far Gone.
Yeah, that goes crazy.
With Zeph.
That fit the vibe.
I'm sorry,
perfect.
Miles Murray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That fit the vibe perfect.
Yeah. That was wild how that happened. I heard that song in 2022.
Okay.
It was like June of 2022. And this was before like I knew I was like getting ready to like this was right when I started planning on doing the movie. I heard the song, he played it for me. And I'm like, yo, that song is the song for the movie. That's it. That's it. Like, that's the one.
Yeah.
I didn't talk to him for an entire year. I couldn't like, I don't know if I lost his number or whatever it was, but I tried to reach out to him, try to get a hold of him. I didn't talk to him for an entire year, and we had already started making the movie. And I'm like, bro, I gotta have that song. You know what he told me? He said, bro, man, such and such producer played it for dang, what's her name? Dang, what's that artist's name? What's her name? Lotto.
Okay, yeah.
And she wanted that beat.
Yeah.
She wanted that song. And I'm like, bro, you are joking. He said, man, you gotta be on standby for right now, bro.
Yeah.
Man, I still use the song in the movie. Until I got an answer. He told me, yeah, she's not going to use it. So you good. Let's do business.
Yeah.
But yeah, Way Too Far Gone is like a phenomenal track. Like
Yeah,
it's
that
so
song goes
commercial.
crazy. Yeah.
It is so good. Like so like hopefully we still get the opportunity to shoot the music video for it because I think the song is just amazing. I think
Yeah.
that would just oh man.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. I don't remember who it was, so I'm not gonna say a name, but somebody was in here like 3 or 4 days ago and
Mhm.
like mentioned him and said like, Miles Murray? And I was
Yeah.
like, I know of him. It's like he's supposed to be famous. Like, yeah, dude, hard.
Miles Murray
He
is
talented.
talented. I mean,
Yeah.
acting, singing, he can rap.
Yeah.
Like the dude is not he could play instruments. He makes his
Yeah.
own beats.
That's crazy.
Like he can mix. That man just he's so gifted.
Yeah.
You ever like you meet any I don't know if you ever met anybody that's like so gifted and it's like they don't know how gifted they are. So
Yeah.
it's like, man, you're not supposed to be working this 9 to 5, man. Why isn't your album out?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that's just like he's so gifted. It's just he needs that opportunity and someone to really get him into that space.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
Man, I want to talk a little bit about the new project you're working on, but I don't know how much you want to say.
I can say a little bit, man. I can say a little bit. I
Yeah,
can speak
yeah.
on it just a little bit.
You got a title for it yet at all?
It's called Snooze.
Snooze. Okay,
Yes,
that's right. That's right.
Snooze. I can give you the synopsis.
Okay. Yeah.
So the synopsis is there's this this woman, young lady, about 28. She's a podcaster, right? She has 2 co-hosts, her friends. It's a pretty popular podcast and it's about relationships, but the thing is she is looking for like she's having trouble like finding a man.
Yeah.
The problem why she's having trouble finding a man is because she suffers from it's a boredom like she said I forget the term. I probably should know this, but there's a term for someone who has like boredom narcolepsy.
Okay. Yeah.
Her side effect when she's bored is she falls asleep.
Yeah.
So she falls asleep on her dates when she's bored.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like it's a rom-com too, I forgot to say. So it's a romance comedy. It's so funny. This script is so funny. But it's amazing. And we got some good people in it, man. We got some we got a nice little cast. Actually, if I'm being honest, I could say this. The first 3 out of the first 4 movies, we have like the leads of the net. Okay, so Alexandria Nellens or Alexandria Nicole.
Yeah.
She's in this film. Titus Hayden.
Yeah.
He's in this film. He's going Big Dog. And Mercedes Hayden, who's Blair.
Yeah.
She's in this. And they're not related. Titus and Mercedes.
Oh, for real?
I think they are though.
I was gonna say I assumed they were.
They are. They always say they're cousins or whatever.
Yeah.
But there's something in there where someone in their family changed the letter in their name because they were upset at the family or something like that.
Yeah.
So I think they're actually related.
Yeah.
But those 3, and I mean those are like to me they are titans when it comes to acting. They are really good.
Yeah.
So I can give this right here. The lead that we have in the film right now, her name is Sophia Tolbert. She's someone to look out for. She's probably the most popular person in the movie according to her Instagram, her Instagram following. But she's someone to look out for. She plays the lead character Steely in this movie.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we're about to have a lot of fun with this, man.
Yeah. So you've got it fully casted. You haven't started shooting yet, right?
Not yet. We just casted recently. So
yeah.
We're working on we're getting ready to go on rehearsals. I'm giving everybody a week off with the script. And then we hit it hard.
Yeah.
Cause I don't play about performance. Like that's
yeah.
just me, Yeah, like I know I'm a cool dude. I'm chill. I don't do too much, but acting, that's a part of that's a gift that God gave me, and directing and leading. I know that is something that he has called me to do. And I take what I do so serious, man. I'm not mean, obviously, because you've been on set with me.
Yeah, yeah, no.
But like I don't play about performance. We will do it again. Let's do it
Yeah,
again. And then if we don't get it down in 5 takes, all right, y'all take 5. You come with me. Holla at me real quick.
yeah,
We're gonna get it down. So yeah, we're gonna have some intense rehearsals and yeah, bro, the team's ready. Let's
yeah.
say that.
I like that. You have
Yeah.
I know, like we said, it's a long process. A lot of work goes into it. Do you have like a time frame of like when you want to have it done, when you want to have it out?
It's only gonna take us a month to shoot.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it's only gonna take us a month to get this done.
Yeah.
Like I said, I learned from the first one, from the seeds. Took us 9 months, and we scattered the shooting, and our lead was pregnant, and so we had to like
Yeah.
cover that, and I'm like, dang, but I figured it out, and we'll be able to get it done in 10 or 12 shoot days.
Yeah.
So
You have like
oh,
a
like
time release, a time
yeah.
of like release at
I'm
all?
kind of teetering with Valentine's Day because it's
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
a rom-com, but it'll probably be around that time, like January, February, like late January, early February, just for that time.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, um, I'm, love is in the air around then,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it'll be a perfect timing.
Yeah. Do you already have like multiple other movie ideas stacked up for after that?
I have my next 5 movies ready.
5 is crazy.
Yeah,
Okay.
and a series, a drama series.
Man. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah. You already
yeah.
like you've written all of them and everything?
Everything's ready,
Oh, you
man.
working.
Like
Yeah.
we're like at least the outlines. Let me be
Okay.
honest. The outlines are like solid with these, but yeah, like I'm not playing, bro. Like next year, my goal
Yeah.
is to be able to complete 5 projects.
Man,
So
yeah.
we'll be able to shoot 4 of those films, and one of the series we're gonna do. I'm planning to shoot 2 seasons of a series all at the same time. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's fire. And I
yeah.
definitely plan on showing up to some casting stuff at some
Come
point and
on,
trying
man.
out.
You
For
know you gotta
sure.
come through, bro.
For sure. I'm gonna
You
try it out.
gotta come through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
I think I'm about out of questions. Is there anything you want to talk about?
Man. I do have actually some questions about like what is your goal? Because I know for you,
Yeah.
you like you genuinely, like, you're one of the people I can feel that genuinely wants like the culture of like hip hop here
Yeah.
in Wichita to thrive, right?
Yeah.
So what's your goal? What's your aim? Like what are you shooting for when because you'll go on some rants.
Yeah.
You'll do
For
some
sure.
you'll do some talking,
For sure.
and I know you're not calling anybody out like specifically by name, but you'll
Yeah.
generally make a statement.
Yeah.
um you have a lot of passion for this. What's the end game for you?
Man. Uh really just putting this city on the map just like every other like major music city. I feel like we've got just as much talent
Yeah.
sitting in this city as Houston, Atlanta, New York,
Hmm.
Cali, anywhere.
Yeah.
We've got such insane talent. It's just a matter of think because nobody's made it yet and like established this
Yeah.
place as a spot. There's no
Yeah.
like game. There's no hope.
Yeah.
There's like less sense of hope, so rappers don't believe in themselves. I shouldn't even say rappers, artists. We've got
Artists.
crazy bands,
Yeah.
actors, everything here,
Hmm.
athletes. But I feel like because there's never been like that big celebrity from here, there's not a
Yeah.
great sense of hope.
Yeah.
And there's also nobody has like brought the game back. Nobody's. I not that I'm an expert. Like I'm trying to make it just like everybody else. But I see mistakes that people are making, and it drives me crazy.
Yeah.
Like I see little mistakes that artists are making in their uploads and stuff that I see their talent, and I'm like, bro, if you just tweaked this little thing, like you could
Yeah.
really make it.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many artists in this city that people on my team like Hippie K, or even people outside of the team like Laylo Holmes, and like a lot of artists that I see in the city. When I hear their music, I'm like, this is right there with the famous stuff I listen to.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense that they're not getting the same love.
Mm.
It's crazy.
Mm. So do you think it's the culture, or do you think it's the 'cause I guess personally you don't feel like it's the music.
Yeah.
So do you think it's the culture of Wichita?
Yeah.
That like
Then
the lack of support, the
yeah.
competition, crabs in a barrel?
For sure. Yeah, I think that's literally it because we have the talent.
Yeah.
It's right there, and we have not even just rappers. Like we have, I'll stand on Not in Kansas Anymore Studios being some of the best quality music I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Like the mixes that come out of here are insane.
Yes.
So like I know the opportunity is there to make you can make some incredible music in this place.
Yeah.
It's yeah, we lacking support hard,
Yeah.
and I think the issue is it's just gonna take one person to get famous, but it's gonna take elsewhere. Somebody's gonna pop off in, Houston or wherever,
Yeah.
and then Wichita will start showing love afterwards. But the problem with that is that's happened a few times, and I won't say the
Yeah.
people's names, but like
Yeah.
people live here for 10 plus years making
Mhm.
music.
Yeah.
They move to LA, they blow up. Wichita never showed them love, so they don't even rep the city. So this
I know
place
what you're
never
talking about.
grows.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people low key that are from here or that lived here for a long time that are
Yeah.
very successful and famous right now.
Yep.
People don't even know they was here.
That's
They
wild to
don't rep
me.
the city at all.
That's wild to me. You know what? I've explained before, even on public forums,
Yeah.
like Wichita to me, this is and this is just how my brain works. So I don't know if it'll make sense to anyone else. Wichita is like a snow globe, right? So
Yeah.
like inside of the snow globe, you get all the snow, the little particles, and every now and again it gets shaken up by like someone making a movie or someone made a track that might, that gets a little radio spin or
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like it gets shaken up, but then like when the dust settles, like whoa, I made another movie. And it's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't impress us. You did that already.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I made another track. I got on the radio. Oh, that doesn't really impress us.
Yeah.
So it's like every time you do something, you gotta. It's not enough to just do it the same here or to do it differently. Like you gotta blow up somewhere else to
Yeah.
shake that snow globe here again. You
Yeah,
know what
for
I'm
sure.
saying? And also with that analogy, like people know we're here. A lot of people like will leave Wichita, but they're still in the snow globe. They still have that
Yeah.
mindset. Like they're comfortable where they're at. They don't want to really leave, so they leave, and some people come back. A lot of
Yeah.
people come back,
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
Because they're just comfortable here. So, um, what I've decided to do is kind of remove myself from like that mindset of or around those people with that mindset so that with whatever I'm doing, I don't have to. Unfortunately, I love Wichita. I love the people here. Like it's really a dope city because we're filled with so much talent.
Yeah.
But I can't depend on them. I can't depend on my city to fully support everything that I do or
Yeah.
what I'm doing with my films. So like you go and look at the YouTube like you if you go and look at like the analytics on YouTube, my viewership isn't high from Kansas.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not high from Wichita. It's matter of fact, it's so many people from overseas watching it,
Yeah.
but and that's okay. I just understand like how it works here. And now like it hits 2 million and now people are like, "Yo, Troy, yo, I seen your movie. I seen the seeds."
Yeah.
By now it's like it's virtually been out for a year now. You know what I'm saying? Since October last year.
Yeah.
But I'm like, "Yeah, man, thank you." Like I appreciate that. And that's just how the culture is here is that, it's always been, they'll support you when
Yeah.
Chicago and LA support you in Dallas. Now you're a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah, for
So,
sure.
yeah.
I think we're slowly getting better with it, but
Yeah.
it's a process.
Yeah. The thing is you can't quit
Yeah. Yeah, for
because
sure.
it's not going to right now. Like I don't think in my mind, I'm not banking on me making the change for the culture here because me is not going to be enough.
Yeah.
I could get a studio here. I could build a studio, make it like Tyler Perry. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I might change the culture then because that's nice, but I can get me a nice like warehouse and make it a sound stage and do whatever. But like people still gonna be over here hating on the other filmmakers or
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
artists are gonna be hating on other artists.
Yeah.
That's just the nature of the beast.
Yeah, for sure.
So I just want to encourage anyone here that's looking to really elevate, like start working your social medias and start traveling and start getting in these spaces, Oklahoma, Dallas, Missouri,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, Denver, like go to all these different places and showcase your stuff. They're
Yeah.
gonna show you love in Houston. I guarantee
Man,
you.
and when I go 9 times out of 10 when I'm on the road, it's with Hippie K over there.
Yeah.
And every time Hippie takes me somewhere, like, and people ask me about the Wichita promo, like,
Yeah.
you know, you network with people, get their Instagrams, they'll see that I run Wichita promo and they'll be like, oh man, put me on. And like, anytime I show people Wichita music outside the city, they're
Mhm.
stunned. They can't believe it came from here.
Absolutely.
Everybody's like, man, that's from Kansas. I
Yeah.
thought Kansas was farms.
Yeah.
Like, nah, bro, we got
Bro.
some stuff, bro.
If I keep it real, bro, a lot of people here, I love my people.
Yeah.
We don't believe in ourselves,
Yeah, for sure.
which is why we don't support everybody else.
Yeah.
And we're going to continue being behind the curve if we keep that mindset and that mentality. If you don't believe in yourself, you will never make your first movie. If you don't believe in yourself, you'll never start that podcast.
Yeah.
You'll never start that business, you know. And even if you do start that business or that podcast or that movie and nobody watches, no one listens, no one buys merch the first time you put it out, you don't quit.
Yeah.
You have to keep going. That's how it is.
Yeah.
You have to believe in yourself. What is your purpose? What did God call you to?
Yeah.
So
It's almost it's crazy to say it, but the drive to keep going is almost a mixture of just like, at least for me personally, believing in myself and knowing that like I'm going to make my goals come true. I could not be more confident in that.
yes.
But also, I'm so deep, bruh. I
Yeah.
done spent so much money trying to make
Yeah.
this happen.
Ain't no
I
turning
can't
around.
quit now. I
Yeah.
gotta keep going.
Ain't no going back
Something's
now.
gotta make this happen.
I'm telling you. Like if I don't even know how much money I've spent
Yeah.
on what I've done since 2015 when I bought my first camera up till
Yeah.
now. I would be like I don't even know what to say, bro.
Yeah.
Like I would it'd be so dumb for me.
Yeah, people
to
don't understand
stop.
the like dedication it takes. Cause I be thinking about that, like, man, I could have bought a house. All the money I done
Come
spent,
on, man.
I'm like, man,
I
I'm
could have bought a
still
Cybertruck with the amount of money
It's
I
crazy.
spent. Like
Yeah,
it's wild, but I tell you what, the investment, like this whole time, it was worth it. It was worth
Yeah.
the investment. All the like, I have 8 cameras now, and
yeah,
that was, I mean, and that's after I retired one too, the first camera I got.
yeah,
But I have 8 cameras now, and I can virtually do whatever I want to do. I can go show up to an event or get hired to go to an event and cover it with 4 other people or 3 other people. I can set up a podcast wherever. You know, I like my business has gotten to the point where like I don't really need to buy the newest camera right now.
yeah,
You know, I have the Ursa 12K. But
yeah,
that wasn't because I didn't get that off the strength that Wichita supported me. I got that off the strength because I believed in myself and the stuff that I got going on and what I was called to, my purpose.
Yeah.
So, you know, shout out to God.
yeah, for
Shout
sure.
out to Jesus. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, so I think the last question I got, how do people you said like in the city you tapped in with a lot of local spots. You talked about like Dre K. Meyer came through with the camera, stuff like that for the movie.
Yeah.
What are some things people can do to help you out with the next few shoots? Because I know you got a lot coming up.
Bro, I need extras.
Okay.
I'm gonna
yeah.
need extras. The month
sure.
the month of October, weekends, I need extras.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, like they show a lot of love online. The city.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I definitely give to the people is that they show a lot of love for what I'm doing,
Yeah.
and I genuinely appreciate that. I would love to have extras, and I would love to just that continued support.
Yeah.
And it's not just me wanting the support on my end, not willing to give it back. I want to know what other people are doing. I want to
Yeah.
show up to shows. I want to show up to events. I'm trying to become more like social because man, I've always been a recluse. I've always been like introverted, and
Yeah.
now I'm talking a lot. You know, like I've been like that for
I
years.
feel you. Same here.
Yeah, so
You
I
see how I'm on the shoots. I don't talk to
absolutely.
nobody.
Yeah,
The
I
podcast is
didn't
it.
know what your voice sounded like for the longest.
Yeah.
But I'm like, nah, he's here. He's in the film.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just I appreciate that continued support. And if anyone wants to be in a movie and be an extra, you know, I have opportunities coming up for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't think I got no more questions. With all the work you say you putting in, we definitely gonna
Yeah.
have to get another one in next year if
Let's
you
go.
don't and talk about all that.
Let's go, bro.
For
I'm
sure.
ready. Yeah.
You're welcome anytime, man. I
Man.
appreciate you for coming.
I appreciate you for inviting me into your space and
For
having
sure.
this space is dope that's set up for this, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Keep doing
Appreciate
it, bro.
it.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna link your work in the description and stuff, make it easy
Okay.
to find.
Yeah. Make sure they see Big Dog.
For sure. Yeah, I got you.
Let's keep the numbers rolling on that.
For sure. Man. Yeah, man. Like
Yeah.
I said, appreciate you for coming through. Appreciate y'all watching. That's another episode.